Hey Peace Collective, this is Candace Green. I'm coming at you on day 2 of our October journey through the devotional. God said, do a new thing. I have fresh revelation for you on these devotionals, so I have to be obedient and follow what God tells me to do. So we are recording new, fresh videos for the month of October. It's fall, it's a new season, it's a new month, and we are doing something that God is telling us to do, and I know He's going to reveal Himself in miraculous ways. I'm sitting here at Druid Hill Park, so you might hear some things in the background. Cars might be driving by. You're going to hear sounds of nature, birds, crickets, whatever. Just focus in on what we're discussing and just take in what God needs you to hear. So before we dive into day 2, I want to ask you, are you taking your peace breaks? Are you? Are you inhaling God's peace and exhaling the stress of your day, your anxiety, your worries, whatever may be happening in the office, in your classroom? You just need to take a moment to just reconnect and realign with the peace of God. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like that moment when you feel God's peace settle over you. And the moment you reach out to Him is the moment He reaches back out to you. God is always with us, but that moment when you say, Lord, I need you, instantaneously the Lord responds. So I hope you're taking your peace breaks. Make some time in your day. Put it on your calendar so it pops up as an alert, as a notification, as a reminder, whatever you call it, so that you know, oh, you know what? Shut this down and go on my peace break. So before we jump into day 2, I want us to take our peace break together. So if you don't know what a peace break is, take one with me now, so you can practice and prep and be prepared for the peace break you're going to take later. So everybody close your eyes, and we're going to inhale peace and exhale fear. Inhale peace. Exhale anxiety. Inhale peace. And exhale stress. It feels absolutely amazing out here. There's a gentle breeze. It's not warm. It's not too cold. It's just right. It just feels great. Sometimes you just have to soak it in and take it in. All right, day 2. Make every effort to live in peace with everyone. That's Hebrews 12:14. I'm looking at the NIV version that I used for this particular day in the book. I'm about to hear a car go by. We're talking about forgiveness today. I know. Forgiveness. Trust me, I know. I'm going to wait for this car to go by. That's a tough one. It's a tough one. I know many of us, all of us, are dealing with unforgiveness in our hearts. Someone hurt us. Someone did something to us. Someone said something to us. Someone did something to damage us. Someone planted seeds of doubt and just planted seeds that have produced some negative patterns in our lives. And God is saying, forgive that person. You're like, what? Do you realize what that person did to me? And God is like, yes, I know what that person did to you, but not forgiving them is holding you in bondage. See, forgiveness is a choice. You've got to choose to forgive. And it's really not about that person who hurt you. It's about you being free from the bitterness and the anger and the malice and the rage that what they did to you is bringing into your life. You cannot have unforgiveness and peace in the same hand. We've got to be able to let go. But how? It's different for everyone. The process is different for everyone. Forgiveness is a decision first. You've got to make the decision to decide. You've got to make the choice to decide to forgive the person or persons or people or whatever, whomever, who hurt you. And then you've got to ask God to deal with the residue of all of that. So one way for me that I was able to kind of let go of one particular situation in my life where I needed to forgive someone was writing it down. I journal like crazy. If you don't journal, try it out. You don't need to go out and buy an expensive journal. You can just get a spiral notebook or a piece of paper or Post-its, whatever makes it easy for you. And I wrote a letter to that person, and I poured out everything that I was angry about, everything that I felt, every experience that I had that was connected to that, every negative thing that I knew that the experience that I had with that person brought into my life. I wrote it all down. I tried to get everything out of me as much as I could. And then I burned the letter. I didn't send it to the person, I burned it. Now, it's up to you whether or not you send it to that person if you decide to do this. But I decided I needed to just get it out of me. It was like, have you ever seen Spider-Man and that character Venom? That gook. I had to get that out of my spirit in order to move forward. And that's what helped me. I did get some mental therapy. I did get some counseling to help walk me through it. But that was one thing that I had to do. I had to write it down to get it out of me. Whatever way that you can employ into your life, implement into your life to get that gook out of you is what you need to do. Again, there's no harm in seeing a counselor. There's no harm in speaking to someone about it. I advise it. But you've got to get it out of you. Forgiveness is a choice. It's a biblical mandate. Christ said you have to forgive 70 times 7. The person who hurt you, you've got to forgive them. It doesn't mean you have to bring them back into your life. It doesn't mean that they're back into the fold. It doesn't mean that you interact with them at all. They don't even have to know that you have forgiven them. It's all about you releasing what happened so you can move on with peace in your life. Letting go so you can open up your hands, your hands, your arms, your heart, and your spirit to the peace of God. That's it. It's not simple. I don't want to say it's that simple. I want to say that is how you get to forgiveness. I hope this message resonates with you. I know we're all dealing with unforgiveness. I know I have some others that I need to forgive that I haven't yet, that I need to make the decision to let it go and forgive and move on with my life, because 9 times out of 10, they're not even thinking about me at all and what happened, because they've moved on with their lives. And it's time for us to move on with our lives, walking in God's peace, free from that experience. Please share this with your family and friends. If you don't have a copy of Inhale Peace, a 31-day journey to realign with God's peace, now is the time. Go onto my website, Cherishedflight.com, click on CF Shop, and order your copy today. And if you want one of these Peace Break cards, go onto my website, click on Inhale Peace, and you can download a free copy. You can hang it up in your office, in your classroom, and have it in your car, wherever, at your home, wherever you need it, to remind you how to take a peace break. It's step by step, 3 quick steps on how to take a peace break. I hope you have an amazing day, everybody. And remember, forgiveness is a choice. Now it's time to make that decision to forgive. I hope today is great for you. And remember to take your peace break. May the peace of God settle into your spirit.